I just want to dive into the future, making sure the mic looks right. We're not having a repeat of Sunday night, no. As we move toward I don't know where I'm going with this. I lost it. Motherfucker. Nope. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on where in the world you're watching this from. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Co-Crown Podcast Live. I am more excited about tonight than I probably should be.
A little
Little bit. Look, I am.
What the heck did you have for lunch?
I haven't had this. I had a wrap with southern fried chicken, garlic mayo, cheese, and hash browns.
Drugs.
As we are on the air, I cannot confirm or deny that one. I should probably deny it.
Hey, Rico.
Hey, Rico, welcome along. Welcome. How are you today?
Oh.
So, welcome to Appmon, my favorite show in the franchise, next to Digimon Savers. But that's not why we're here.
People just left right now after hearing that.
Oh, I know, right? Because Appmon isn't Digimon. They're doing that. Appmon is dumb because I didn't watch it, and people on the internet said it was dumb, and I didn't watch it and make an opinion for myself. That is the general scope of it. Like, I will always... I had a headache finding where to completely legally get Digimon Universe. Well, I mean, you know, we are watching via Crunchyroll. That is our completely legal source. But I'm sure it's around other places.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. I mean, I was able to completely legally get Frontier and Savers, you know, from other, you know, from legitimate websites. So, you know,
We will have to help Rico out for next week.
maybe we will. Wonderful. So
cut that part out.
Yeah. So yeah, look, normally on Wednesdays, myself and Meg would be collabing on one of our Twitch streams. And the reason this came about was because I just wanted a night away from video games. You know, modding, not that I mind modding, but modding Monday and Tuesday on Meg's channel, collabing on Wednesday, then streaming on mine Thursday, Friday, most of Saturday, survive on a Sunday on the rare occasion because I've had to build story back up for that. So I thought this would be a nice way to not be playing video games and do something we could both still collab on, because that's what this podcast has become. And we've always said, well, when Ghost Game is over, we'll go and watch something else. And I thought, why wait?
Yeah, exactly.
So, because Ghost Game, like, we don't know. We do have Ghost Game news to talk about because there was an interview. There was an interview that was done, and certain things were said about Ghost Game's pacing and storytelling that you and I have kind of been saying for weeks. And I'm annoyed at it.
I'm not.
No, because as much as I wanted the show to pick a lane, it's not the lane I wanted. So I'm that kind of annoyed at it. But the reasoning behind the show being the way it is kind of what we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. And I can see why people are genuinely upset at it, but I think I do think it is an audience disparity issue, because it's the people who aren't the target audience that are upset about the way it's being produced.
Yeah.
I'm like, I sort of have to look at, and I feel old saying this, the youth of today, and go, oh, well, of course.
Yeah.
You know? You know, everything's cyclical, so I would hope the next generation is a bit more... Sorry, had to sneeze. That faulty logic is unfortunately something that plagues the big shots of corporations today. It is, and that's why I'm hoping on the next cycle we go back to long form storytelling.
Yeah.
But you are all welcome to episode 185?
Oh, I have it open here.
184 of the Code Crown Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 184 of the Code Crown Podcast. When I started this podcast 5 years ago, it was reviewing Appmon.
Yeah.
And even then, episode 1 of the podcast isn't just Appmon centric.
Yeah.
Because I wanted the podcast back then to be a sort of catch-all. Things that I was into, things that just caught my attention. And like, fuck me, the first, like, looking at the views of the first one compared to what we get now, I'm just like, maybe I should have stuck to that format. But you know,
what
so
date was the first episode?
So the first episode of the podcast covered Appmon episode 25, I think, because I was doing review the 14th of April 2017, and I think I was Appmon episodes 25 and 26. Because I think before that I was doing the Appmon reviews in the same way that the Try reviews had gone out. But that was so long ago now, and we've had so many other things happen within the franchise. So, you know, we've had Try come and go. We've had Next Order. We've had 2020. We've had Ghost Game. We've had Kizuna. We're getting that 02 movie. So much has changed, but it was, for me, this is kind of like a redo. Because when the podcast started, it was kind of a catch-all. Like, again, I was talking about Appmon, I was talking about the Zelda Twilight Princess manga. There was a Nintendo Direct around that time. Probably that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 4th to the 12th.
Yeah.
So the dates line up. So it's like, so for me, this is a redo. And just how much has changed, I had a Patreon back then. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably dead now. Do they delete them if you don't use them after a while?
I don't know.
Yeah. So,
I'm just looking at your background.
oh yeah, it was just a mishmash of everything all the topics. So I think that's Min Min's ass. Hold on.
Watch an ad on your own video.
I have to watch it. Yeah, hold on. I can skip that. Brilliant. Yeah, watching ads on your own videos, like, that's something YouTube needs to get over. So,
and I've accidentally clicked view advertising.
So yeah, so the background is the Funya Rimpa. There's an Appmon. There's Min Min's ass. There's Splatoon amiibo, and then there's the Twilight Princess manga. I think this Appmon was the Appmon for the week, and I realize I'm talking an awful lot but not showing. So
yeah,
there we go.
You didn't even pay for Power Director back then.
No, I didn't. I didn't pay for Power Director back then. So that's something on how production value has changed. Hey, Peja.
Hey, Peja. Hey, Yami.
Hey, Yami. Oh, thank you. Still not looking forward to this. Oh. So I think when I started the podcast, the channel name was under the Funya Rimpa. And this was the episode where the channel originally became the Code Crown. In homage to Digimon Cross Wars, which we will get to eventually.
I remember you doing Appmon on its own, but I'd listen and wouldn't have a clue what was going on.
Yeah.
Just listening so you'd get the views.
And I appreciate that. And now look, here you are 5 years later, watching it along with me as I redo the show.
Wormed my way in after
listening
to you talk about it.
That's been the plan all along. I remember streaming on YouTube one night and your username popped up and I went, oh no.
You found me.
Yeah, basically. Because we weren't a thing back then. No, so it's been quite the journey, actually. To be polite about it. But I think this Appmon here was just the monster of the week that week. I don't remember.
I don't recognize.
Then Min Min, I think, was getting added to Smash. That or Arms was just coming out. I don't remember. Because 5 years ago, no,
I like how he's looking up, because I always think the thing in the middle looks like he's really shocked.
Oh yeah.
So it looks like he's looking up at her butt, going,
Yeah. So it's no, I don't think Min Min was coming to Smash. I think Arms was just a thing at this stage because the Nintendo Direct had happened. So this was just one of the renders, and yeah, well, it's Min Min. I mean, I have her amiibo sitting on the desk now, and it is probably the most beautiful amiibo I have. Like, sorry, Marina, but this one is just, oh, she's just so intricate and glittery, and she has a fucking dragon for an arm. I'm sorry, it's amazing. Speaking of the Twilight Princess manga, the volume 10 is due out next week, I think. I'll double check that on, I have it pre-ordered on Amazon, but it's either Splatoon 12 or Twilight Princess 10 that's due out next week. So I'll double check that one. I've actually had to set up an app this time, though doing both at once may prove to be tricky. Oh. And Pedja also says, finally it's time for me to watch Appmon. I set up an episode to watch along. Awesome, guys. Awesome. I do love that people have gone out of their way to watch this along with us.
Yeah.
That's super cool. And
all the opinions all together.
Exactly. So I'll just take that down for a sec, and I think we'll just and for those who are new, you're all very welcome to the Co-Crown Podcast. My name is AJ, and I am joined, of course, by my co-host, Miss Meg Winter.
Hi.
I didn't do the intros.
No, you didn't.
I just got so excited about the talky stuff. So here we are. So we're going to start in. We are, of course, watching through the Crunchyroll app, so timings may be different compared to how else people are watching it.
Yeah.
So,
like if you're watching on Crunchyroll without a paid subscription, you've got 10 billion ads to go through.
Yeah.
What are intros?
Exactly. We're so professional here. But I'm going to count us down. So, 3. Now we'll go from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pizza. No. Hit the play button. Even the Toei animation intro thing is different here, so we're gonna have to learn how to do that for timings because it's no cat through the film reel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just hit your play buttons and let's go. It's all bubbles coming together.
Oh, there's his face.
Yeah.
That was so 90s.
Oh, wasn't it? So, October 1st, 3:48 p.m. in the unknown sea.
Love his green hair.
Yeah, it's like I think this came out around the same time as Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. So like this is why both shows protagonists ended up with green hair.
An app installing itself on your phone, scary.
Yeah. Yeah, so instead of partner Digimon, they're buddy Appmon. I can appreciate the trying to, make the changes that different, and really establish itself as its own thing within the Digimon mythos. I love you just went, nope, pushing that app back down. Hey, we have that.
We've more than one of that, don't
we?
Yeah.
I just want to dive into the future. Are we getting a textless version of this? I don't remember that, but sure. Leviathan symbol in episode 1. Oh yeah, all the foreshadowing starts immediately. Oh, we never covered the Ghost Game news that made me so annoyed. We just jump. We'll do it after, or maybe we'll do it in between episodes.
Yeah.
Just to break it up a little. Go, buddy, go. Digi-hear. I just want to dive into the future. The opening. Oh, yeah. Dive is such an amazing song. Only actually one-upped by the song that comes after it. Eri, best girl. Best girl in the franchise. Yeah, I said it.
Calling Mirai said that.
Crap. Okay, fine.
Harry in the magical world.
Oh yeah. Like, so not Harry Potter. Yeah. Terry's a wonderful protagonist, isn't he? Yeah, it's a shame his author is such a turf, though.
That's a profile. Profile.
Hey, English is hard, okay? So what I love is, like, all the main characters' names are based on actual, like, AI scientists.
Okay.
Like, Haru is just a nod to the HAL 9000. But Eugene is based on Eugene something, who was a big AI scientist.
Okay, let's see. Her name is AI.
Oh yeah, and that's I and love and yeah, so it's a big old pun. And soccer ball to the face. Yeah, he doesn't have a broken nose or anything.
I think I'm getting like more modern ones.
I'll pull up we'll pull up a list once everyone's been introduced, because
yeah,
we don't want to focus on it too much, but just everybody is named appropriately or thematically. Oh, this pair is like a top tier ship. Yeah, and it's true, the writers did not have the balls to make it official. Yeah, who calls themselves a protagonist?
confident people who usually aren't.
Oh yeah, the Apply Drive is a really cool Digivice design.
What would you do if a vending machine just suddenly had your name on it?
I'd probably freak the fuck out rather than go investigate it. But I love Eugen's logic. Well, I mean, you look like a main character. You've got the goggles, the red shirt. Like, yeah, I love that it's like it's 3D graphics before he even pulls it out,
Yeah.
and like it's gray because it just hasn't been activated. But that is one thing I really did like about the show, and I know it gets a lot of flack, is the use of 3D graphics among all the regular animation.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I really hope it feels it really helps the show stand out. And as the Appmon Digivolve, like it does make them, it is sort of like a grander show of power that they've transcended kind of the plane that they're on.
Yeah.
It was a choice. I think it was a bold one.
Yeah, like at first I was like, what? Why does it look like that? But...
Yeah. Hey, Desmond, happy
Hey,
not
Desmond.
Sunday.
Did he just try to drink the app drive?
I don't know.
That's what it looked like.
Oh, okay, so we're all caught up now. He was a Sonic for a minute.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Sonic is the best Digimon.
Sonic. Well, we learn that every week on Ghost Game, don't we? Like, realistic. This is how Hero should have been reacting.
Yeah.
You weren't even listening.
That would be my first instinct, though, is to just go.
Yes, to try and grab it or just
Yeah.
watch my fingers go through it. He understands the whole darn thing. No. I do love that Haru is just like, no, I know these tropes. Just no. He's all small now.
Oh, you tiny. Oh, it's time limit.
It's time. You know, instant messenger, line, DMs. That is usually how this stuff gets out. It's usually how stuff is leaked. Oh no!
Oh no!
Hey, Jerson. Rewatching. Yeah.
You're rewatching. I'm watching.
Kind of for the first time. You got 10 episodes in before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I've never finished this.
Yeah, so we're looking at it from a fresh perspective. Especially with, I suppose especially just with Ghost Game going on at the moment. It's kind of nice to sort of go back and look at what Ghost... Ah! Mr. Saiton, what are you doing here?
Was that man? It looked like he had his head up against the wall.
Oh. So yeah, the AR field is just functionally the pseudo digital world thing from Ghost Game.
Yeah. Slightly more glitchy.
Yeah. But I think that like the idea also came from Digiquartz in Cross Wars Season 3, which looked a lot more like this in how glitchy it is, but kind of like imagine all the buildings covered in like moss.
Okay.
Yeah. He's using messages to hurt him. Also, I think this might be the only protagonist to get his partner nearly killed in the first episode. That's true emotional damage. Killing them with messages, yeah. AR field remind me of the ones in Cyber Sleuth. Yeah, that's not a bad call either. Because people love the timing tropes.
I don't know why that got blocked. Toot's side character.
Yeah. I really do look like the Appmon have a lot of personality to them.
Reminds Peja of the ones in Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah, so I'm saying, yeah, that's not a bad call. They are like in the Broken Parts of Eden in Kowloon. Yeah, so Next Order might be coming to Switch.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing. What's that side character? You say something? Angry messages. So, are you a protagonist?
Accidentally hits no.
Oh, could you? Could you imagine? And Gatchman just dies. It's like, well.
Neither of us has our red one.
No. And that band is way too tight in my wrist. So, it doesn't do anything but hold the chips anyway.
Yeah. I get into a belt clip.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Here we go.
Digimon going to start talking.
Get used to this.
Dun, 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 dun. It's still not as obnoxious as the original Digicrosses. Attention, please. Yeah! That's my favorite bit of the whole summoning sequence. Is just the attention, please. I don't like the wording for that. Your future is already searched.
No.
Like, I get that it's meant to like include the gotch part, but it should maybe be translated as I've already looked up your future, or you know, something a bit more threatening.
Yeah. I get what they're going for, but it doesn't really. Maybe it works in Japanese.
Oh yeah, well yeah,
in English.
yeah. Yeah, because they're incorporating the gotch into the statement, but the translation is just awkward. It's a bit too literal.
Mm.
Also, this is a really unique way of having the tamer and the partner work together.
I'm not sure if it actually helps save any time though.
No. No, I think it is just to fill out the runtime. But it's a unique option because you don't really see it because, you know, most times the partners are just on the sidelines going, "You can do it!"
Yeah.
So it gives him something to do. Margaret and ignore. The ultimate insult.
He went to do the search himself because Gatmon was busy fighting. But when he started searching, they stopped fighting to let him search his piece. Yeah.
He starts getting clingy. I love it. I think Gatchmon and Gammamon would be good friends.
They would. They'd be chaos.
Oh yeah. He just knew to hold it up.
Yeah.
Well, he knows the tropes, so I kind of let that go.
So he's watched Digimon, is what you're saying.
Probably. If it exists. Like, if it exists in this universe the same way. It kind of does, actually.
Does it?
That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing with the Agumon episode. It's like a handheld game.
Ah.
Where did you go?
I like that his little metal feet make metal noises.
Yeah. I love their little handshake or their high five. Who are you winking at, Harry?
Gatchin great pair.
Oh. God, yeah, I forgot they went all red eye with him like immediately.
No, like when I was live tweeting my first bit of the watching through this, I was like, "What is with the sus guy? I like you."
No, because I remember there is an episode. I remember it's early on anyway, but I remember there is like he's at the shop window, and his eyes are all red at the end of the episode. Like the he's at like the shop doorway and his eyes are all
like
red.
The bookstore place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember that and going, oh wait, but I don't remember him being red eye that early.
No, episode 1.
Oh, so they really set it up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's cute.
This is a very card captory ending theme. I feel like this is like, oh god, what is it? Catch Me, Catch You? Is that the name of the song? So that is episode 1 of Applimon.
Yeah.
I still love it. I think like we needed a hero that was a bit less, ready to go. Was we like by the time Appmon came out, we only had Takato, and Takato wasn't your hot-blooded kind of protagonist like Taichi and Daisuke were. And then after Takato, we got Takuya and Masaru.
Yeah.
And Masaru was just over the top.
Yeah.
Fighting spirit. And then we had Taiki, who was like maybe too smart for his own good sometimes. But that was a little bit of a plot point as well, where but so it was nice to get one who was just a bit more mellow and a bit
relatable.
Well, I would say relatable, but didn't want to just jump headlong into the danger. Was kind of scared of it. And sort of had to be coaxed into his main character role. Hey, and Best Appmon turns up next episode, so I'm super happy. I feel like the first episode was a bit rushed, but it was a good start. Yeah, I mean, they kind of have to, set up the character points and hold on, I'll just pause before episode 2 starts. I feel like you sort of have to introduce, because they drag it. This show drags out putting its main cast together. How in the world do you do both at once? I'll have to go back and see what was said during those last 20 minutes. Well, we have the 2 screens in front of us, and it's not it's not, they're basically in a corner connected, so we can see the chat on one and then we have the show up on the other.
The other thing is we're not listening to other people, we're the ones speaking, so it's a little easier.
Yeah. Yeah, there is that, isn't there? Like I would say it is probably a little bit rushed, but I think all first episodes are.
I feel like that one was it was a bit overwhelming, but it was supposed to be overwhelming for him.
I think it does a good job of putting you in Haru's shoes.
Yeah, because he's kind of there like, wait, no,
yeah.
wait.
Yeah. So I do So I genuinely, as a first episode, I still love it that he has to sort of be coaxed into it, and there's a bit of mystery around. Okay, who's spying on him first and foremost?
Yeah.
Is it Cameramon? As as we'll come to know and love him. Is it the big L symbol we seen at the start? What's so special about him that even the spy cameras are like potential protagonists? Like, what is so important about this guy? Like, it's a nice.
And then it just throws the friend being evil in at the end, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, and they don't really foreshadow that.
I don't mean evil.
No, but sus.
But yeah,
they do foreshadow him being sus. Yeah, because like they don't foreshadow that through the start of the episode, but it's kind of like when he just appears, and you're just like, oh wait, oh, that's
yeah.
How did you miss Gatchmon? Like, you just appeared. How long were you standing there, kind of thing? And then, when Haru's like, oh, something protagonisty happened. And he's like, well, I did say you were kind of... Like, his whole tone and demeanor shifts down.
Yeah.
Like, he's not the cheerful friend he was 15 minutes ago, even. He's very, well, I suppose I did say that might happen. It's like, oh, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's kind of it's kind of unnerving, and then bam, it hits you with the red eye. You're very bad at keeping this info to yourself. Yes, you've already watched, but don't go sharing stuff. Have I said anything too wild?
Cameraman.
Well, we seen him at the end of this episode.
Yeah, but
Oh, probably the bookstore thing. Yeah, it's overloaded with clear foreshadowing. Yeah, so it's don't go share. Okay, well I'll if I go overboard on the I'm trying to talk about the episode on its own merit, individually. I don't want to jump to, well, in episode 5 this happens, but it was just in case of the red eye. I thought that happened later than it did. Clearly I misremembered. Well, with only one episode, can make random guesses, but for now it looks like the friend is Leviathan or maybe connected. That's
yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's where Meg's at. Cool. So look, let's jump over then, because we have this ready to go. I set this up last week after the Sunday show finished. So Pedja has rated this episode at 3.5.
Yeah.
Which I think is very fair.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect episode by any means, but no. I think it does what it needs to do. So, we'll start with you for this one, and I'm gonna be biased. Like,
you can't get ahead of yourself. Delete that.
He's so good though. But yeah,
go back to the right one.
That is the right one. Oh, yeah, well, I was waiting for you to say something before. Just because it was clicked in here doesn't mean I wasn't going to type in the right episode.
Yeah, pick your favorite character from this episode.
I gotta let you go first.
Come on, clearly.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair. So we're the same. No, not Kakachuke. Yeah. And what about score then?
I think Pedro's right with the 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
It's a good opener. Yeah, it is a little rushed. It is a little overwhelming, but it also feels like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those, like, there's so many things to make you go, wait, I need to see the next episode. I need to see the next episode.
Yeah. So we'll hold off on this, I think.
Well,
until we do at least episode 4. You know, I mean, if you want
There's
to say,
no point in rearranging them because we have nothing to arrange them by yet.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. So, so before we move into episode 2, let's break it up a bit, because I don't think we have any comments or anything from Sunday show.
Yeah. Oh, are we loading?
Oh, is the stream dead? And back. Okay, we've tried just updating the drivers. The NVIDIA card was like, hey, I need to be updated. So we were like, okay, let's see if this works. Because yeah. So fingers crossed that's all. This is all well and good.
No more interruptions.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Watching how the PS5 won't want to play the next episode.
Oh yeah, it'll always be something, won't it? Because like, as I was saying to Meg, like, I was basically live all of Saturday over on Twitch. Between Splatoon and Xenoblade, and then Resident Evil. And then on Sunday we did Survive for about 4.5 hours, and it was absolutely perfect. The last 2 days you've tried to stream, you've run into this problem.
Yeah.
And even before that?
The one before that was the internet, I think.
Oh, okay. So hopefully updating the graphics card works. So thank you for bearing with us. So we had left off and we had kind of scored the episode. And I was saying we should probably leave the ranking side of it until, I don't know, maybe episode 4 when we have a sort of a good tally on them.
Yeah, I mean, like, if the second one is better than the first one,
yeah,
like, we could move it above, but you know, we can just wait.
Yeah, we can wait for. Hey, Reiko, welcome back.
For once, it wasn't your internet.
Yeah, you must be proud. So,
oh, the square went yellow there for a second. Oh. Don't scare me like that.
Well, the CPU usage is still showing at like 0.3%, so...
Dropped frames says 92.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on it. Like, that's...
I mean...
I have passed my curse on to you. I'm not free.
I'm now free.
I'm now free. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so before we go into episode 2, I want to touch on that Ghost Game news.
Yes.
You know, just to break it up.
Oh, no.
What? Yeah, so the internet's not being fun tonight. Now, to be fair, like, that could just be because of the bad weather.
It could.
Like, nothing in OBS has changed. The scroll hasn't slowed down or anything, and that was kind of how we...
Yeah, so it's more internet now, but that doesn't mean we're not skipping on the other side.
Well, I'm sure the chat will tell us if things are bad. Looking on your screen, though, it does seem a bit fuzzy, but hopefully
that's because I'm connected to the same internet.
Yeah. So...
It might not be so bad if I change this to my... See? Oh no, the auto quality it's giving me.
Yeah, it gave me auto quality of 144p, but once I changed it back to 1080/60, it's fine.
But I couldn't. That was the only one.
Okay.
Are you okay?
No, I'm trying not to. This idea has been cursed, it seems.
YouTube is just like, no, only one episode.
Yeah. Cool. Well, look, so we'll get into the Ghost Game news anyway.
Yeah, now it's all clear.
Good. Right. Yeah. We won't let the little square scare us. If you die, I'll steal your work. Oh, you'd have to come get it. And I know, Reiko, that flight is expensive.
Less expensive to buy a new Wormmon.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm trying to see if my quality dipping is matching up with that, but it's not.
Oh, well, look, we'll ignore the square. So I'm not going to open up the right reason to see through my bluff. Right, so look, I'll open up the kick it until it cooperates.
Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, my number box is being a bit of a slumber box. So this news comes courtesy of With the Will, who's done a bit of translating. So props to With the Will, as always, for what we're about to discuss. I would love to bring it up on screen, but I don't trust opening up other programs at the moment.
No.
So you guys are just going to have to make do. I'll drop the link into the Discord later if you guys want to read through it yourselves. But Billy has done an interview with Masashi Sogo regarding his long career in anime writing. An extended portion near the end of this interview talks about his work as a series composer on Digimon Ghost Game. This is just a quick overview and rough translations of elements from the Ghost Game section. So he mentions he is the series composer because Atsuhiro Tomioka fell ill due to his busy schedule, and they've known each other for 20 years and have a good working relationship. And since he had helped with scripting on Adventure 2020, it made sense for him to take his place. There are some references to urban legends and things from literature, but they don't generally use really well-known things because people can look them up quickly. Kind of
Okay.
takes the scare out of it if you can. Maybe that's why we haven't seen the Digimon equivalent of Hachishaku-sama or something.
Yeah.
They'd probably have to make a whole new Digimon for that.
Yeah, and to be fair, Nightmare on Elm Street, like that episode,
Hmm.
when you think about the current generation, that's a really classic film for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, I was saying, so the main priority is using a specific Digimon to craft a story around. And that's something we've commented on before. It's like they went, let's use this one and build the story around it. Because I know early on, like while we were watching it, we would look up the Digimon's encyclopedia profile, and the stuff in its profile, we'd go, oh, that's basically what happened on the episode.
Yeah.
And we kind of go from there. So the content is horror story, so there has to be some horror. During the planning, they aimed for more junior high from elementary school, which allows adults to enjoy those aspects. Although he notes various kids shows from when he grew up, such as Ultra Q, Akuma-kun, Operation Mystery, and Ultra 7, are far more scary to kids. Basically, they aren't worried about scaring kids a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. The producers think they have a good handle on it, so they just let them ride away. Which is good. The producers go, yeah, we trust you with this.
Yeah.
Have fun. And for what we've seen, like in terms of the body horror and just the outright death on the show.
Yeah, like Eisman really freaked me out. But little kids wouldn't have that weird phobia I have of eyes because they haven't developed it yet. They might develop it from him, but
like quite possibly.
They're not sitting there scratching their arms looking at him, you know?
Yeah. So the supervisor decided the kids should be junior high students, as it would be better fit having to deal with the elements, but also just barely being able to deal with it. So they're kids getting caught up in the situation and they're just scraping by. Where I think if they were more in the line of Digimon Savers and how much more grown up and mature those characters were, they've got a whole government operation thing behind them.
Yeah.
You know, issues to be wrapped up kind of like that. So you don't want them too old because they might be more
too many resources.
yeah, basically they'll have too many resources. Although with some of the stuff Kyoshiro pulls out, I kind of wonder if that backfired or not. But anyway, so all good. Nothing too out of sorts there.
Yeah.
All seems pretty good. And then it's noted by the interviewer that Digimon is often a serial, but Ghost Game tends to have one and dones. Sogo notes that many Digimon episodes end in one, even outside of Ghost Game. The basis in writing the basis in the writing was looking at TikTok and YouTube, and then believing kids tend to jump off after a minute due to boredom. And feeling it's hard to make them watch longer stories. They are also worried that if it's a serial, they may not see the beginning and will skip it, or if it's too long, they'll give up halfway.
Well, have they met kids that are interested in things?
Right. So he feels it's hard to write serials for kids and teenagers. He feels one-offs have increased in anime in the last few years, and notes that even watching a 2-minute video, you might jump off before it's done. That one's kind of not actually a lie.
It depends on what's in the video. Like,
yeah, you might sort of go, oh, okay, I've seen this, and jump off 10 seconds before the end or 30 seconds before the end. You kind of like, depending on the video, they might have got their point across. So this is stuff
that doesn't happen with an episode or something, though, really.
But this is kind of stuff we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, where you know the demographic that they're aiming for, they just don't have the same expectations as like we do and what we grew up on. Like Ghost Game being one and done isn't too bad for us because we were of the age where Saturday morning cartoons were just that. Thing would happen, thing would end, moral of the story, rinse and repeat. like, you look at something like Darkwing Duck,
Mm.
which ignored its own continuity just for the sake of telling a story.
Mm.
But he did this in this in this episode. Why is he just not like, or they gave away this thing about his backstory, or they did a thing with this character,
Mm.
and they've just, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fit the story we want to tell.
Yeah.
But the TikTok and YouTube age, and I think maybe the binge watching element that we've talked about before, certainly comes into this, where you sort of go through 6 episodes at a time because you're already watching it as you go. Where if you're watching something week to week, you'll go, you might forget, and then you come back next week and go, oh, well, I didn't see that, and I'm not arsed going back and watching it, and then you just fall off.
Yeah. Like, I just personally can't. Like, if I like something, I have to see all of it.
Yeah, but like, you look at the kid, you look at kids today, and like, even within, I hate saying it that way, kids today, you know, but you look at like children within our own families and the just different generations there. Like, I have siblings who I am, you know, 8, 9, and 11 years between, and how I consume media and how they consume media. And not going to deny that one, have done it a couple of times. So, you know, it is a thing where you'll watch it you'll watch a 2 or 3 minute video and sort of go, 2 minutes in, okay, I'll come back for the last minute.
And again, it depends on what it is. Like, I know I have done it, but it really depends on what it is.
Yeah. So,
like, I know people who don't listen to the end of songs, and I'm like, how can you just switch the song without hearing the end of it? Like,
well, yeah, like, kind of the same thing. You know, your mind goes, ooh, shiny, something else, distraction. So it's kind of sad that is the mentality. It's just that, well, kids don't pay attention, so if we do one and dones, it almost makes things feel like they don't matter. You know, like, because there's been a lot of episodes where we said, well, you could take this and plug it in elsewhere. Like, the Zubamon episode works basically anywhere in the show.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you take out, was that the episode he got the letter from Deadbeat back? And it was like, I don't know, fix it yourself.
I think it was that one, yeah.
Yeah, you take that out, and the rest of the episode can plug in anywhere.
He sent the letter in the Splashmon one. Yeah, so that's probably when he got it back then, yeah.
So, like, they really are just chop and change, plug and play episodes. And that's kind of sad just to have it confirmed that that's why. It's because the demographic that they're after today just don't have the attention span to keep up with a long story like you or I would have had, or ongoing plot arcs. Like, one thing that, like, when I talk about Taichi in Adventure 99 versus Taichi in Adventure 2020, the thing I hate about Taichi in 2020 is that he doesn't have a character arc. Where Taichi in 99 has that whole thing where I'm the leader, I have to be the strongest, I have to do the thing, oh god, no, Skull Greymon. And then he goes off and he's depressed for a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
And then has to put his hand through an electricity wall to sort of get his courage back. And it's like, that's a character arc. Like, that is development and growth and a change. And you see that sort of fall over then into 02 when he becomes a mentor to Daisuke, and, you know, and then Try sort of is like the extreme end of that. Like, oh no, the buildings are destroyed. Like, buildings are being destroyed and people are dying. Oh god, are we doing the right thing? There's the moral crisis of it. Kind of gets over it by Kizuna, I think. But there's peaks and valleys with the character growth that just Taichi 2020 sort of goes, nah, I'll just charge headlong into danger, riding on my giant dinosaur's back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's cool visual, but there's no storytelling. And I feel like that's sort of where we've come to with this.
They kind of, I don't want to say sanitized it, but that's not the word I'm looking for. But
it's not the worst word to use. They kind of sanitize the storytelling for the spectacle, because that'll keep the eyeballs on it for 20 minutes and then you go about your day.
Yeah.
It's like video games, like where they expect you to just log in, play for 5 minutes and then come back. But it's those log in every day and get your prizes things that keep you coming back. Like, I've been playing Octopath Traveler on my phone the last couple of days. specifically for the Bravely Default stuff. But I'm logging in, I'm doing a mission, I'm collecting rubies, and then I'm doing the gacha to try and get the characters I want.
Yeah, it's like me with Pocket Camp, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. I log in every day because there's a bonus. You do however many requests for people, and then you get your points on the Switch for doing that.
Yeah.
So that keeps me coming back to it even when I don't want to play it.
Yeah, and that's what the one and done storytelling of this show does, because you're not going to really miss anything. But not all hope is lost based on where the rest of this interview goes. So Sogo says his favorite Digimon is without a doubt Angoramon. Gentle, considerate, and always stands up for Ruli at critical moments. He's also full of wisdom, and he finds it very enjoyable to write those scenes. Without spoiling, it's commented that there are various small details throughout the series that the audience may or may not notice that foreshadow things. Some done with great effort. Some of these he expects for people to only notice watching the final episode after seeing it and going, that line from the first few episodes was foreshadowing this. So we call that as well. While there hasn't been direct plot and great grand destiny and all that stuff, there's been plate spinning for world building shenanigans that are going to come back around later and go, that's what that was for.
Yeah.
So not all hope is lost.
There will be a payoff.
Yeah, but it's just, you might not cop it straight away. So Sogo thinks that if you can think about that and find it more interesting, if you think about that, it's an odd translation. He thinks if you think about that and find it more, you'll find it more interesting if you think about that and wonder what it will imply in the end. He thinks you'll be satisfied with it in the end and asks everyone to watch until the end and thanks them. So he thinks the slow burn world building is going to pay off in a satisfying way that everyone will go, that was worth it.
Yeah.
So to just bear with the show until we get to the ending.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not an unfair request. I mean, we're 47 episodes.
Don't judge it until you have the whole story.
Yeah, and basically.
That's what I was saying last week.
Yeah.
Even if it is going Monster of the Week, we still don't have we don't know where it's going, but we don't know where it is gonna go and how satisfying that's gonna be. So I guess the most interesting things from this that we didn't know, it appears the original plan for Ghost Game was to have Tomioka continue as the series composer from Adventure 2020. It could have been a very different show if it turned out that way. Along with mentioning various well-known kids horror shows such as Ultra Q as inspiration, which makes sense based on the show. The kids and teens not having an interest in serial storytelling, though, I do agree with the article, feels relatively out of touch, I think. It really does feel... There is an element of it that I don't like, because it does kind of feel like Old Man Yells at Cloud. Yeah. Like, just because...
serial storytelling appearing to become more popular in the last number of years, and like you've got shows like Spy Family, which have... they're very slice of lifey, but they do have this overarching plot building up behind them.
Yeah.
Last week's episode was we got a dog, but it was also that those dogs had bombs strapped to them, and there was a whole plot to assassinate the prime minister of another country, so war would break out, and it goes into this whole other thing about the war between East and West, totally not Germany, and the efforts being made to stop that from happening.
Yeah, but because we're seeing it from the perspective of the child.
No, exactly.
So that's why it's very...
So
I can't think of the word I was looking for there either.
Let's see. Okay, so the chat has quite a bit to say, it seems. Pedja says again, Ghost Game has great potential, but it needs a plot, and the reason it doesn't have much views is the episodic format. A lot of people have dropped the episode after episode 30. Have they though, or is it just a lot of people on the internet? Because Twitter is not what you base your sample size on.
Yeah, like the people who don't like it are going to be shouting louder than the people who do.
Mm.
A lot of people will just enjoy it and not actually talk about it.
It was like when we started into the episode on Sunday, I was saying, I've seen 1 or 2 people go, nah, I'm done, wake me up when something actually happens.
Yeah.
But, again, Twitter is not what you... I would love to see the actual television ratings published by the... whatever the Japanese equivalent of the Nielsen ratings are.
Yeah.
I'd love to see what the show is actually doing in its home territory, not what Twitter says the show is doing. Because that's the only way you'll really gauge what is actually happening and how successful the show is.
Yeah. Same, even if Crunchyroll could put out some kind of statistics on that.
Yeah, like a rating system where
you know, like Netflix has like #1 most watched today or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, if it was #1 most watched today on all of Crunchyroll on a Saturday, that would at least give some hint that a lot of people are.
Reiko says the closest thing to that in Ghost Game is 1 episode after Agulus incident with Hiro doubting and making Applimon evolve for 5 seconds. Yeah, and then he just stopped caring that the evolution might go awry. He actually was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind talking to Gulus again. He might try and kill me, though.
And then by the end of that episode, he makes him evolve anyway to do the fireworks.
To do fireworks, yeah. Reiko says, I keep saying it, slap me with some money, I'll make the Ghost Game everyone wanted in novel format. Imagine this, a Ghost Game with a long story, each kid having its own recurrent enemy and story to follow. Kyoshiro and Nanamon obsessed with pushing humanity and Digimon into ascension through the use of technology. Ruli having to deal with vampires and demons, tempting her with power and knowing what nobody else in the world could ever imagine at the cost of her friends. So we're giving Ruli the Mobius chair. It's the thing Batman sat on to learn the identity of the Joker. We just give Ruli the Mobius chair.
Yeah.
And Hiro having to deal with the D Brigade, a group that lives for war and profit, killing without feelings, only duty. Yeah, I mean, that would have been fun to sort of see that thematically, where all of Kyoshiro's enemies, like all of the kids' individual enemies have a pattern to them. But that kind of went out the window when Kyoshiro had to fight a plant dinosaur. You know, and then in the episode with vampires and demons, Hiro went, hey, I'm going to evolve randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's sad, but it just says before the end of this show it'll run out of audience. Again, I want to see the
we can never say things like that for certain.
No, because without the television ratings, not the internet ratings.
Yeah, and again, there could be hundreds of children watching this.
Yeah.
Every week. Like we would have done, waiting for our next new episode of whatever.
Dragon Quest anime is about 100 episodes of great storytelling. Yeah, you keep pimping that Dragon Quest anime, Pedja. Pedja also says the fact is it don't have a lot of views on the Toei channel previews of episodes. Get like 15k views or 20 at max. Adventure 2020's got 200. Yeah, but Adventure 2020 had nostalgia behind it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an unfair comparison to make because Adventure 2020 had Adventure 99 nostalgia behind it.
Yeah, it had all the 99 fans behind it, whereas this... And this is why we're watching Appmon as well, because it has the same thing. It's not the original kids or the kids they're used to or the storytelling they're used to.
Yeah.
So automatically people are like, no, this is not a good Digimon show.
Yeah. This isn't Digimon because it's not what I want Digimon to be.
Yeah.
And we've been having that argument since Frontier. The kids are now the Digimon. So this isn't Digimon anymore.
Yeah.
Digimon is about kids and Digimon fighting together.
Yeah, and again with
also Omnimon Dragon, welcome. Good to see you again. Haven't seen that name around in a hot while.
Yeah, again, you can't go on what the preview, but like if there's hundreds and thousands of children watching
Dragon Quest preview also got 100,000 views. Yeah, do you know how big Dragon Quest is in Japan? When a Dragon Quest launches, companies shut down.
Yeah,
because they know their employees are all just going to call out sick.
100k views on something for that is not actually that much.
In the grand scope of the world, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, in the grand scope of the world, it's not. But
what I was saying back
But Dragon Quest is basically a national holiday when a new game comes out in Japan. Like, legitimately, that isn't me just bigging it up. like companies have just taken to closing down for the day because they know their employees are all going to go off sick to play it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. So I'm not surprised that Dragon Quest does so well because people love their Dai or Dan or whatever the hero is called, whether it's the show or the game, or they love that particular hero. Like when the Illuminary, was that his name, got announced for Smash, the guy from 11S with the purple and the hair.
Yes.
Yeah. So like when he got announced for Smash, I think like in the rest of the world we went, oh cool, it's the guy from Dragon Quest 11. The skin for the guy from Dragon Quest 3 was one of those skins, I think, Dai or whatever character they're using for the anime. And Japan lost its shit. It's like, oh my god, it's that one. He's our guy. And they lost their shit over it. So this show featuring that character that they really freaking love, yeah, like 100K, wonderful views for like a 15-minute teaser. Not really great in the grand scope of the millions who are probably watching the show.
And that's what I'm saying about the previews. Not everyone watches previews.
No, because some people don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah, like I don't watch trailers for movies if I can help it. And again, if the demographic are slightly younger, like they might not be watching previews. They don't have, like, they'll only be on their YouTube Kids or their whatever. And they're not going to be going to official company pages to look at these previews and stuff.
No.
It's only whatever's on. At least wait till I finish my sentence.
Sorry, I thought I pressed it after, but no. Sorry, I thought I pressed the button afterwards, sorry.
But yeah, they're only watching on TV and they're only seeing what they're seeing on TV as opposed to, like, they won't be following all the pages for it or all the YouTubes or everything. You know, if they're a younger demographic. So,
but coming out of that interview, I don't like the whole, well, kids have short attention spans these days, so that's why we're not doing long form storytelling. But I do kind of like that we've been kind of justified in what we've been saying about, no, it's the breadcrumbs you need to pay attention to because that's going to be where the payoff is. I really don't like the mentality because it is a really old mentality of kids are dumb. It's a very Western mentality of kids are dumb, talk down to them, just sell toys.
Yeah, and like, I know the TikTok generation are a bit, like, it does play into that a bit. Because TikTok videos can only be however long or whatever. Or, well, they could. And, same with Vine, you could only have so many, and that's kind of where it started.
Vine!
Yeah. That's where all this...
You're going to send a tout next?
Well, that's what I mean. That's where it started, all these short videos. So longer videos weren't getting as much love. So companies are kind of going, oh, well, we have to do, like, YouTube Shorts now, or...
Oh, yeah.
And...
Yeah, YouTube Shorts are now the big thing to push.
Yeah.
Like, I'm now getting emails off YouTube being like, convert your videos to shorts.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm okay, thanks.
My videos are 3 hours long. They don't fit into shorts.
No, they don't.
When kids like a thing, they will love it to death. So if they like your show, they're going to keep watching it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd love to see the actual ratings from, like, whatever the Japanese equivalent of the Nielsen ratings are, because that'll really tell you how well the show is doing. 5 content creators on Twitter, for argument's sake, aren't the basis for how the show is actually doing long form.
Yeah.
So that was kind of why I wanted to get this out of the way, either at the start of the show or in between the episodes.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to have the 2 episodes of Appmon and be like, yeah, great, woohoo, woo, 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 and then have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because it's just depressing. But yeah, coming out of the interview, it's nothing that we haven't been saying for the last 50 odd weeks about the way the show is progressing. And I kind of feel vindicated now that the head writer has gone, yeah, this is what we're doing.
Yeah. When you say composer, my brain is like
music composer? Yeah, rather than like storytelling composer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you say it, I'm like, wait, why is he talking about it?
Right. So we'll...
Did our ratings save?
They did.
When the computer panicked.
So with the computer panicked, so Appmon episode 1, we gave a 3.5 each, and our favorite character was Gatchmon. So now we're going to go into Appmon episode 2. If you are watching along with us, whether you're watching on Crunchyroll or you're watching on other very legal channels for your anime, please join along with us. I am going to count us down. And, so. Appmon episode 2. I am Navimon. Starting in 5, 4, 3... Hey, Justin. 2, 1. Yes, never underestimate the children. Play. The Suspicious Travel Guide. I am Navimon.
Time to mute you again for 20 minutes.
Here, Haru looking all badass.
Here we go. I have to not include this in my ranking. The long openings and the long...
Oh, yeah.
Everything. Because...
Ghost Game does this as well. This is their hologram ghosts intro. But, like, if you're worried about kids tuning out, this is how you catch them up. Yeah. I just don't think you have to do it every episode. I really do feel like it's like they had 20 minutes to work with, but they only had 15 minutes of script.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, yeah, let's just...
Yeah, like we're watching the whole last episode right now.
Oh, yeah. A very abridged take on it, but yeah.
This is one of the things that bugs me about when I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they do the battle, and then the next episode would be half of the last battle, and then another half, and then the next episode would be that second half again.
Yeah. Yeah, he becomes very matter-of-factly in that conversation.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the red eyes. When I hear Eugen's name, I think of a different Yuji. Look at them playing their 3DSs. So, Watson.
I like his bow tie.
It is cool. Hijacking the museum's internet to play their game. Look, I know you've been playing Yomawari a lot lately, you know, but don't wish for a giant demon cat to eat Watson, please.
It's not a cat I'm worried about. I love that he squeezes through this little, as if, you know, as if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Did he say grin?
Yeah. So that is like,
it's a ghost.
Like as dumb as this is. Oh, and then we get another intro. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you get the previously on, then you get the explanation. This is the hologram ghost bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we see Ghost Game doesn't have enough of a plot to do a previously on. But I do like they talk about like the surface web, the dark web, the deep web, all of that stuff.
But they don't need to do it every single episode.
No. But
Holmes, watch out for that cat, Watson.
That is Sholmes. We're trying not to get sued.
And then we have an intro.
Yeah. So right, outside of all of that, right, the dumb thing with the navigation, right, I kind of appreciate what the show is doing with this, because it's setting up early on just how much people rely on tech to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many elements of transhumanism and just becoming one with the machine.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like, yeah.
Like, imagine knowing you're nowhere near home and looking at your maps going, but it's telling me the right way.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of had something
kind
similar.
of feel like we're getting there.
We are. I was just about to say that. Like, our housemates were going on holiday to a place that didn't have any Wi-Fi in the apartment.
Right.
And she was like, well, how will I know where to go? What will I be? How will I know, like, what will I do for maps and directions? And I'm like, maps exist outside of the internet, right? They came on paper first. I know, that was just inconceivable.
Yeah. At this point, we can say we aren't. Can we say that we aren't part machine? Well, life is a simulation, and whatever. Find your way out of the warp and weft.
Do you have a dent in your finger from your smartphone? In your little finger from where you rest your phone? Most people nowadays have a dent in their little finger where they rest their phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's it there.
Yeah.
Gachi 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 gachi. Gachi morning.
Exactly. We don't remember numbers anymore.
Yeah. They are in the phone. Yeah. What's a landline?
I was trying to explain landlines to my niece earlier. Because we were watching Beethoven.
Yeah.
She was like, why is the guy from school calling her on the house phone? I'm like, she doesn't have another house phone. She doesn't have chatting. She can't talk to him on Snapchat or something. All we had was the house phone and you didn't know who was calling. And she was like, how did anyone function?
I do love this whole thing of like Gatchmon learning about the real world and seeing it up close and stuff. This is what toast looks like. This is what trees are like. I've been stuck on the internet so long. It's been nice to see.
He's getting out and touching grass.
Yeah. Imagine if we had an alarm on our phones that went gachi gachi gachi. I have a Twitch notification that goes gachi gachi gachi. My chimes whenever I play gacha.
He lost his face there.
He did, yeah. The animators just went,
That
no.
book was called Let's Dive.
Referencing.
Is he still looking for his house?
I think terrifying dog.
I love this dog. I've seen this episode like 4 times just to look at this dog.
Yeah.
Why does that wall even exist? Or that space between that wall?
Because comedy. It's such a realistic looking dog amongst all this anime.
Yeah.
And he's so grumpy.
He's so angry. He's like, you're in my territory.
Yeah. Oh, he's so grumpy. I love him.
It's
Like
the staring contest.
Yeah. The first one to blink loses. Gatchmon having all this information implies that, like, everyone's information is just out there.
It is.
Like,
it is.
Like, Gatchmon knows your bloodline by just looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's on the dark web or something.
On the normal web somewhere.
I'm
assuming.
I suppose Facebook, social media, things like that, he could pull from profiles or whatever, yeah. Although that's unrealistic as well, because how many kids go out of their way to make sure their parents can't find their Facebook?
Like, if you fill out a form online, you're like that website is keeping your information. I'm assuming he can bypass all that, the encryption.
Yeah. Gatchmon knows your search history. Oh God.
That poor child.
Yeah. Watch out for dogs. Poor Watson.
I don't know, Rico. Artists and writers tend to have really weird search histories. Looking up all those references. So is this the same L from Death Note? No. How many billion times have you heard that one?
Urge to murder rising.
It's the same L.
Kinda.
Everyone's looking at him. He's just poking
the air, yeah. Like, I can appreciate why that gimmick just will grate on people. I'm kind of glad that they stop after a while.
Searching?
Yeah. They don't make such a big deal out of, I will search this up! Taking the L, poking the L.
Ninja navigation.
Yep. The troubled man. Come on, where are you, Mr. Saiton? They did such a bad job painting over those.
Yeah.
For the subs.
She does not like her job.
No, but she's like the news reporters from Try Abridged.
Where are you?
Making noodles soggy by getting delivery men lost. It's Obama! Yeah, the random episode Obama is in.
That's kind of like when the last president, they accidentally booked one of his speeches at like a...
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
What was it? wasn't a flower shop, but it was something.
Does the entire world use the same app?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. I do like that, like, it just pulls him in.
Mm. I do like those lights as well.
Oh, yeah. This is what I mean about, like, 20 minutes. Right, they had 20 minutes to tell a story, but only had 15 minutes of script. And that's why you get the previously on, the little intro,
The intro.
the intro, the song, and then you get all the stock footage.
Yeah. Because this happens every time.
Mm.
That's why there's a button on the actual toy to speed this up because it takes so long. Like, there's no need for this to be that long after the first time.
No. Well, no, I would argue... maybe argue is not the right word, but maybe after episode 5, because you want the kids to be able to mimic the poses with their toys, so you show it on repeat.
Yeah, but you don't have to do all the bit where it's shooting from one part to one part to one part to one part. You can still pose and do the thing and press the buttons, but put all the crap out in the middle.
Oh, he stole his catchphrase.
Mm-hmm. I just love his little design, though.
Oh yeah, no, I do like his little metal claws, his little metal feet are.
Oh no, I mean Navimon.
Oh, Navimon, yeah,
that he actually looks like the little roads and the arrows.
Yeah, like he had the yeah. And his arms are the arrows.
Yeah. And then the thing he did, like, it's like the dots when you get directions on Google or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely, like, they put a lot of effort into, you know, making the gimmicks of each Appmon fit what they're based on.
Mm.
Like I love the idea of using text messages to assault people.
Yeah.
Stock footage.
Yeah. Like we just had it.
Yeah. It's just orange. It's just an orange background now instead of a blue one.
Yeah.
Messe, gotcha, messe, gotcha, messe, gotcha, messe, gotcha, messe, gotcha.
Yeah, and in future for that, you don't need all that stuff. Have them put the chip in, see the two things connect. There they are.
Yeah.
Look at him. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wee! Do they have to vomit?
Yep, they have to vomit the virus out of them.
Welcome back.
How does he fit that like that
Yeah.
yukata over those arms?
How does he put it on?
Yeah. Carry this shame all my life, I shall. Aw. Cameramon. Not camera. Cameramon. I love that he's so particular about it. Yes. To be fair, he looks like a tactical Gumdramon.
Yes, he does.
he looks like Gumdramon in like in tactical gear.
Mm.
Yeah, no. I love he's just like, yeah, no. Bang. Yeah, that is just Gumdramon's head shape.
Yeah. Three.
Yep. Except this is quote unquote warranted because it's going to be a Gatai rather than a Link.
Yeah. I'll give them that for this episode. They have been 3 different instances.
Yeah. But like for all intents and purposes, like the way it works is the same. It's just this is new.
Yeah.
So you could have cut to the rope thing. You could have cut to the cable thing.
This is
and then the spinny. Appgatai Dogachimon. Super level.
So they go standard,
super, ultimate, God.
God. Anxious much?
Ah. Kakui. It's a fun design.
It's really interesting. These are so cute.
Yeah.
I want them as stickers.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, at least this show did this from, like, episode 1. Like, Ghost Game just does this randomly after, what, episode 30?
Yeah.
It's just like, wait, what? That's the moral of the story. Double check your navigation results.
No, don't rely on the apps.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't need to go through like the ending song again.
Do we want to watch the preview for the next episode?
Yeah, well actually so
let's leave it play.
We'll just leave it play until the preview comes up.
Like I was saying last episode,
yeah,
technically. I'm gonna try to not let that get to me.
Oh yeah.
How much stock footage there is.
The episode felt like a pretty standard episodic in the early stage of an episodic show, but at the end it went, okay, now let's properly follow on the main story. Oh yeah, like him effectively digivolving.
Yeah.
Like by the end of episode 2 is like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, so did Gamamon. Well, against Mummymon.
Yeah.
It was episode 2 as well.
Yeah.
It actually managed to become important by the end. Yeah.
But for this one, having 3 bits of stock footage as
well. Oh
yeah,
like because it's like the stock footage to realize Gatchmon, then it's the stock footage to link Gatchmon and Messimon together, and then it's the stock footage to fuse Gatchmon and Navimon together.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit much. Yeah, no, it is. like, I get what they wanted to do, because they want to try and get all the, look at all the cool stuff we can do out of the way. That's just a Minecraft guy.
Yeah.
The character I leveled up is naked. Roleplaymon's cosplay dungeon.
Stop it before that one, please.
Yeah. So, or school dungeon, not cosplay dungeon. That's a different thing. Yeah, Getchmon, stay out of my search history. So.
Yeah, like. Yeah, it really shoved it all in there. The two kind, like, I feel like another show would have gone, look, we can do this one linking thing,
and then the
and
next
that
episode,
can defeat whoever that time, and then do the next part the next time.
Yeah,
I
feel like if they, I don't know what, I suppose you could just extend the battle out by a minute or two, but I feel like you could have easily just had Cameramon turn up at like the last minute, and that's where it ends. It ends on that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then you go into episode 3, and the link with Messimon isn't enough, so then you bring in the fusion.
Yeah.
And then you do the...
it was smart of him to go, wait, I'll pair him with this one as well, because that'll work.
Yeah, like he's learning from what's happened.
Yeah.
He didn't...
Picking up on it quick.
So he knows the tropes. Which is... Digimon looks cool at least, so this episode's a 3.5 as well. Is there a reason why I should care already? Yeah, I mean, it's episode 2. Like, chill out. You've put up with Ghost Game this long. It's only episode 2. Chill out.
We still have to meet the other.
The other characters. Observe episode 1, already deemed useless by episode 2. What? Why though? Like, we still have to meet Eri, we still have to meet Astra, we still have to meet Ray, we still have to go through Ray's whole backstory. Astra gets a crap load of character development for how...
Don't talk too much about it.
No, yeah, well, I mean... No, well, Yami wants reasons to care. I'm not going to spoil what reasons are, but for how shallow Astra's character is, he does get a lot of good character development.
Yeah.
Observe episode 1, already deemed useless. Oh, Cameramon to Haru. Well, I guess Cameramon wasn't expecting evolution immediately.
Yeah.
You know, I still maintain Eri has like the best character development and characterization of any female in the anime. Why don't you do that one again? Within the scope of the anime aspect of the franchise, Eri still has the best characterization of anyone.
I don't know enough about the other girls to
comment. Trust me, none of the Cross Wars girls get half as much, and the Yoshino in season 5, it's like they started and got bored. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, so I'm saying this one did feel a little rushed again with throwing in, look, we can do this thing and we can do this thing. They're kind of the same, but not really.
Yeah.
But they could have stretched that out another episode.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, like, if Appmon ever does get introduced into the card game, which I have a feeling it is coming.
Yeah.
You treat App Gatai like Jogress, and you treat App Link like Digicross.
Yeah.
But
I feel like whoever was writing these first episodes kind of had the same idea as the Ghost Game guy.
Yeah.
They were like, we need to shove it, we need to make it as, like, we need to make
flashy.
everything pop and, like, drag the kids in to see it.
Yeah.
See all the shiny stuff and the, and they'll be interested then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where I feel like that's kind of come from. But yeah, where to rank this one?
I don't like. I think I was really confusing. I think I was really confusing episode 2 with episode 3.
Yeah,
because Navimon's characterization doesn't really come in until next episode.
Yeah, he's the enemy in this one. So.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough time to like he gets like little scenes here and there because he's needed to obtain super. But his characterization like throughout the show then is just like, yeah, you're the best Appmon, I don't care. But I do think this is if episode 1 is a 3.5, I think this is a 3.
Yeah, see, I'm again 3 instances of that has really annoyed me.
Oh yeah. No, I totally get that.
So it's already down like a 0.5 for me anyway. Like going forward might not be as bad. Like I understand why they had to do it in this episode, but they didn't have to do it in this and 3 times in this one episode.
Yeah, we didn't need the stock footage like almost 3 times in a row.
Yeah. So, but I did enjoy. Cameraman was really interesting. Weak start. It's a pushy start.
It's a pushy start, yeah, because it's trying to get all the gimmicks out of the way, and like later on, I appreciate that because it's getting all the gimmicks out of the way now, so it can sort of focus on the storytelling.
Yeah, we're kind of thrown into the deep end because he is.
Yeah, again, we're still seeing this through the eyes of Haru.
Yeah.
That's
the way I'm picking it up anyway.
Yeah, I think that's intentional.
It's like, do this thing, and he's like, what's that? And they go, this thing. All right. Then straight away he learns from it, and then he's like, oh, it's a whole other new thing. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where you have to open it to do that.
Doesn't have to. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Right. So I don't know. Go fight, Omnimon. Do your thing. Gururu Cannon.
Yeah, so that's where is Wormmon. We're watching a different show now, so we have different partners.
Yeah, hold on though. Hold on.
He hide.
He hide. I suppose I could.
No, too many.
Yeah, but that is it, isn't it though?
Yeah.
Like even
too many.
So at full speed the brakes are broken. Yeah, it will balance out. Like I'm not going to talk about future episodes, but
they won't need to throw so many things at us.
We'll
know what they are.
Exactly. It's getting the gimmicks out of the way now, so that they can focus more on the characters and development as the show goes on. So I can appreciate. Look, I do appreciate it. It's kind of a headache.
Yeah.
Because again, we're seeing this from the Haru's perspective, so it's like, oh my god, what is happening? Why is all of this? Yeah. Oh no.
I'm pretty sure I had to watch some of the episodes twice on my first go around. Because sometimes when you're watching a couple of episodes in a row, and then you kind of go, wait, what just happened? Because something went past so fast in the episode, you kind of go, wait, I don't understand that. I have to watch it again.
Yeah.
But it's not making it bad. It's that, you just have to focus on what you're watching.
Yeah.
Are you making them smaller?
I just wanted his. I just didn't want his navigation arm, so he's just further back.
Oh, I was liking that it was going over the thing. It made him look a little more sweet.
Well, yeah, okay.
But I guess we'll see by the next couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Whether it does calm down a bit, or whether it makes us panic.
Yeah, I will say I still think it's better than Cross Wars, because Cross Wars does all the stock footage for like forever. Like it does eventually stop, but it feels like forever, and it's worse because while it's doing the stock footage, it's also advertising a card game because the cards pull up.
Yeah,
like they a billion copies of the card of that Digimon pull up behind them in the stock footage.
Yeah, I think you've shown me that. Yeah.
Yeah, so Shoutmon will do his little pose, and then a billion Shoutmon cards will pop up behind him. So they do, like, thankfully just stop that. So I still think this is better because it's not advertising. It's not so in your face, buy our
yeah,
you know.
like the drive is noticeable because it's different. Like there's a different animation to the hand that's holding it.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not in your face either. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
You'll notice it, but they're not shoving it at you going, buy.
Exactly. Buy. Yeah. It doesn't feel like a toy commercial.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say a 3. Because I like Navimon just being a little shit. Right? I also do like the strategy employed of confuse the app so that you can get ahead of it.
Yeah.
So again, it's not relying on the app to tell you where to go. You're doing your own thing, and it's going, oh wait, where are you going?
Yeah.
You know, you ever try to not follow Google Maps instructions? She gets annoyed.
Yeah. Turn left.
Yeah, she gets angry. You know, so I'm gonna say 3. Because as much, and I do think it's a case of the 3 instances of stock footage really do hold the episode down.
Yeah.
And from a writing perspective, I'd have ended the episode when Cameramon showed up.
Yeah, and if you were going to do all the things, don't have so much stock footage. So you can actually tell a bit more of the story in the episode.
Yeah. So what about you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a 3 as well.
Okay. And then, favorite character? Really?
No.
Oh.
I'm already on one of my weird ones.
Oh, no. Go on, then.
Dog.
Oh, of course. Yes, okay, of course.
Angry doggo.
So this is like...
Angry alley dog. I love him. That would have been my second choice.
Yeah. Because his insistence on the accent.
Yeah.
And then when he's taking a selfie as he jumps off the building, and then the runway of all the cameras flashing. And then again, he does just look like Gumdramon in tactical gear.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
He's kind of brought it up a point, not a whole point, but like a 0.5 for me. Because he was interesting and fun, and I like his attitude.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think see, that's the other thing, right? For as much as this episode sort of throws in your face, I also think that if the episode ended when he turned up, this would be like a 2.5.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like
because we wouldn't have got his personality in it.
Yeah.
He would have just been watching again, basically.
Yeah. And you kind of like, okay. You know, which maybe dragging that out for 3 episodes isn't a bad way to go, but
yeah.
You know, it did cause Gatchmon to digivolve. Or what this show's equivalent to digivolving will be. So,
yeah. Dogatchmon looks cool.
I do. Yeah, I like Dogatchmon's design. I like a lot of the designs for this show are very inspired. You can tell a lot of effort was put into them. No, it was a very
like the old lady again.
Oh, hold on. So, what am I looking at? No, you're not Goku. No, it wasn't. Bad dog, not good flashbacks. Aww.
He's just when he opens his mouth, he's just so I don't want to say anime because that's stupid, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He looks like a page out of a manga or something.
Oh yeah. They totally changed the style of the scene for that. For the detailing.
It's kind of the same as when he says Leviathan.
Yeah.
Early on, when Gatchmon says Leviathan,
he just because Leviathan is he who should not be named.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny because we had Terry in the magical world in the first episode. Yeah. So like they kind of you can sort of go, okay, we had some fans on the team.
Yeah.
You know.
It's just funny, he just freezes up and turns
white.
Yeah, he's like a little sketch.
He's like a
or
sketch
doodle,
of yeah, he's like not a doodle. Yeah, that's he's just a little Gatchmon doodle. So there's a lot of highlights to the episode and sort of background bits that hold the episode up.
Mm.
But it definitely isn't like my favorite episode. It introduces my favorite Appmon, but it's a far cry from my favorite episode.
Yeah, he hasn't really done anything in this episode.
Yeah.
But the dog was a highlight for me. I love that dog.
Goku as Gallantmon. Yes, they share a voice actor. Although in 2020, War Greymon did become Goku Greymon. You know, they basically did pull everyone give War Greymon your power thing, and he was.
I think that's what he's trying to do.
Oh, that's what Omnimon is doing, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everyone give me your power.
Yeah.
We're getting red squares again.
It doesn't seem to be affecting the stream. Dropped for oh god.
I mean, it's only 1.4%, but
yeah. So we don't have like a mailbag this week.
No, where's Sketchmon gone?
Oh shit! Where did Gashmon go? There we go. Did you need a bathroom break, buddy? That's getting docked out of your pay.
Get out of the search history.
Yes, I do. All for the great. Yes, I do all for the great Leviathan. Goku Greymon, the only plus of 2020. We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah, well, that's probably a good place to finish up.
Yeah.
Don't have any extras. Reiko isn't going to draw this unless we pay.
Yeah. Yeah. So we don't have a mailbag from Sunday's episode to delve in on. We've kind of covered the Ghost Game interview.
Yeah, I think that might take a week or two.
That'll take a week or two to catch up, which is fine. We have the we did the Ghost Game interview. We chatted about that for a bit, and then we got 2 episodes out of the way. Yeah. Like, if only I'll be quite honest. If only for the fact it's nearly 11:30, I'd be like, yeah, like what? Let's go for a third one. But no, I've got work. I've got work in the morning, so we can't let this run too late. But 3 episodes to start wouldn't be awful, but time is, you know.
No, my legs are saying get into bed.
Oh, I'll watch without you. Don't worry.
The whole point of this is so I can see it.
Yeah.
No, you're not important anymore now.
Cool. Well, yeah, so we need a time chamber. Defo. A time chamber would be fun. Like or a TARDIS. Same thing, I guess.
Would be dangerous with a TARDIS.
Oh god. Don't tempt me. Cool. So
for comments on this, maybe people should just drop what they thought of the 2 episodes if they were watching along.
Yeah, and then we can sort of that'll be our mailbag for the new show.
I don't know, we've kind of talked about it here, but if they want to put their ratings and stuff, kind of like what we're going to do with Ghost Game.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to watch them beforehand to be able to hear the commentary. Yeah, by all means, if you want to watch we'll be coming back and doing this again in another 2 weeks.
Yeah, because we might be away.
Yeah, I might be traveling for work next Wednesday, so we'll have to push it out to the 2nd of November anyway.
Yeah.
But card subject to change. I think we had talked about only doing this every 2 weeks, but
I'm enjoying it.
I was gonna say I'm not opposed if we want to just make this weekly on top of Ghost Game.
Yeah.
We'll have chats.
Yeah.
We'll have chats.
Yeah, either way, this time around, next one is going to be the 2nd of November.
Yeah. Grand. So our regular Sunday service will go ahead as normal for episode 48 of Digimon Ghost Game. And then depending on how card subject to change works out, episodes 3 and 4 of Applimon will likely push out to 2nd of November, and then we'll have an actual schedule of Sunday show Ghost Game, Wednesday show Appmon, and we'll keep it going.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm super. I'm actually super pumped for that. So, service church, yes. The Church of Yggdrasil 7D6. Cool. I have to go back to you. I'm glad I'm glad. I'm glad Omnimon Dragon is having fun.
Do you change your name as you go?
Or are you,
or
are
do you
you
have
just
a lot of accounts?
I was going to ask, are you just signed in on 2 separate accounts going back and forth? Because I appreciate the views. We need a new god. All hail Lolly. No,
not the Lolly one.
Not Lolly Yggdrasil. No, Desmond. No, bad. Where's that spray bottle? The Church of Millenniumon? Oh god, no, I think that might be worse. All right, well, guys, it's been super fun. Again, we don't have a mailbag for today, and we don't have an art corner. So drop your comments on the 2 episodes below. We'll read those out on the next go around, and hopefully this will be Reiko wishes. Remember, everyone, don't be a Hokuto. Yeah, don't be a deadbeat. And Reiko wishes death upon us all. Good Lord, Reiko. Good Lord. Oh, you guys are awesome. I freaking love you guys. I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hanging out twice a week is going to be fun.
Yeah, hanging out twice a week is going to be fun. So look after yourselves, everybody. We will. I'm back, Miss Meadow Seagermon. What? All right, guys, we're gonna wrap via Marcus.
Punch everything.
Yeah, just punch everything. Yeah. So I'm going to punch that end button. You punch that subscribe button and like button if you haven't already, and we will see you back here on Sunday for episode 48 of Digimon Ghost Game, The White Bride. Look after yourselves. It's been a blast. See you all soon, and bye.
Bye.